Hey guys, it's Aaron, the home for mobile reviews A.ca, and today I'm going to do a review of the Moment camera case as well as the Moment wide-angle lens. I'm going to be honest with you, this is one of the coolest, most unique, most useful camera cases that I've come across. The case, not the lens, the case. If you are a pretty serious iPhoneographer, I would take a long, hard look at this iPhone camera case over other camera cases. This is the only one that I've seen that lets me treat my iPhone like an actual camera. Pressing the button halfway through gets you focused, and full press gets you a picture. Wait, what? That's awesome! Awesome! Now, based on my time with the Moment camera case, I've given the entire system a score 3.7 A's out of 5. It does a little better than the Stylus Prime as well as the Hit Case Snap, and if you're thinking that these case camera scores are a little lower than what I've rated them before, I've come up with an entirely new scoring system for camera cases. If you need more information or want to know what other camera cases I reviewed, check out my website. Links are in the I or the description section below. Real usage, real reviews, mobile reviews A.ca. At Mobile Reviews A.ca, I base all my reviews on actual usage, so when it comes to camera cases, well, it just means I get to take a lot of pictures, like this one of Monty. I've taken so many pictures with all these camera cases that I almost have nightmares when I sleep about camera cases. I'm always curious which product is better than the other, so with these camera case reviews, I take every single camera case I have and take photos of the exact same thing, which means screwing tons of tiny little lenses on tiny cameras dozens and dozens of times. In terms of design, there are two different versions of the case, with the one in this video being the cheaper one as it doesn't have a walnut handle. The case is covered with a soft rubber material or coating, which really helps with the handling of the iPhone. The Moment case is a little bulkier than other camera cases, but that actual bulk is useful. Shutter button is on the sleep side of the iPhone, and the entire case is powered by a small battery. Installation of the case is simple, as you just slide the case in, but I did find if you didn't push the iPhone in all the way, you're going to compromise the quality of your photos. I'll explain in a bit. The case connects via Bluetooth and prompts you every single time you open the app from my experience. Another problem with a finicky installation is that if you don't install it properly, you'll end up popping out the battery. So you need to squeeze the case and the iPhone together to pop it back in, or take the iPhone halfway out and make sure that the cover over the battery is clicked in. Lenses attached by screwing them to the camera portion of the case. I did not realize how tight the first installations were going to be, as you really need to twist the lens into the screw mount. It does loosen after a couple of installs. One of the neat things about the lens is that it comes with a mounting plate, which means that you can use the lens across multiple devices. This mounting plate also means that you can also use other cases and still be able to use the lens, which is very smart. Now, the entire process of mounting the lens isn't terrible, but it could be better. Lens management, I think, is going to be a problem with the Moment lenses. You can get 3 different lenses and they all come with a awesome carrying bag. And this actually kind of reminds me of all the magical beans that Jack and the Beanstalk, in the story Jack and the Beanstalk, because all you do is just put the lens in and here's this tiny little baggie that matches the color of Monty's coat. This is not a good system, especially when you're on the go, when you're out taking photographs and you need to swap lenses properly. Having a bunch of glass marbles in your pocket, fumbling around trying to find the right lens, this is not a good system in my opinion, especially when compared to things like the Hit Case Snap, as well as the Z Prime, Z Stylus case. The Moment case isn't drop rated, but does fit around the iPhone tightly, so dust and debris won't be an issue. The edges of the case are barely high enough to keep a naked iPhone screen off a flat surface, so getting a screen protector is recommended, from my opinion anyways. The bottom part of the iPhone is completely exposed, so don't drop it there. Accessing the iPhone isn't an issue, as the buttons are easy to use, and since the bottom is completely exposed, you won't have issues using the biggest lightning cables ever. So that's the case review. I'm going to talk about the app and how the button works in a little more detail, as well as the lens quality the next few minutes. If you're finding this review useful, consider getting your stuff through my site, because Moment definitely did not provide me this case. In fact, there's a small story behind it, which I'm probably going to get a little rageful towards the end, but I had to buy this case outright and it was pretty expensive, especially with the low Canadian currency. The shutter button functionality only works with Moment's own app, which seems like a bummer at first, but one of the features of the app is that it allows you to easily control the exposure by sliding your finger horizontally on any part of the viewfinder, and you can change the exposure doing the same thing, sliding the finger vertically, again, across any part of the viewfinder, which is great. Great for people with small hands. That simple interaction coupled with the shutter button is just so very, very awesome. Simple and effective. The app also allows you to save TIFF files, and you can shoot video in the app as well. Now, there are two downsides to this system is that the depth of field is very, very shallow. So when I'm shooting product shots, if I lean forward or backwards a little too much, then the shot becomes out of focus. And this only happens once out of every 10 shots. The difference is so tiny that I only notice it when I'm post-processing the images, and I'm just like, oh crap, I gotta go shoot those photos again. That's one downside. It's not a bad thing. It's just kind of annoying. It's that accurate, we'll say. The second downside is that there is no way for you to hold the shutter button and just fire off as many shots as you want possible. So if you're one of those spray and pray photographers, which I am sometimes, this case might not work out for you, but if you're very methodical, very careful in picking your shots and whatnot, then this case is definitely the best camera case you can get. For the lens quality, Moment claims that there isn't any distortion and has minimal chromatic aberration. At $100 a lens, I would hope that these claims are true, and they actually are from my experience. Prior to this review video, my favorite lens belonged to the Z Stylus Prime, but comparing these two photos, the one taken by the Moment lens has way less distortion at the edges. The Moment lens is definitely better than the wide-angle lenses from Hitcase, Bitplay, and Olloclip, which is quite evident when you look at the distortion on the siding on my house. Now, there is one more thing that may put off some people, especially if they do a lot of case switching on their iPhones. Installing the case slightly off will result in certain corners of the photo succumbing to the shadows. This occurs because the lens and the iPhone camera don't line up 100%. I have not had this problem with the Bitplay Snap Pro or the Z Prime, but I run into it occasionally with the Olloclip. But given that this is kind of like a premium product, I would not expect that to happen, but it does, so just be warned. That's all I got. I've given this case a score of 3.78 out of 5. It's a good camera case. If you are a serious iPhoneographer, I would definitely recommend checking this case out. And if you are, consider getting it through my site because, well, Moment definitely did not give me this case for free or supply a review unit or anything. I've got a full rant at the end of this video. I had just filmed it and I'm kind of tired from ranting about it. You can find me on Google+, Twitter, as well as Facebook. That's kind of all I got. Thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, consider getting your stuff through my site because, well, Moment definitely did not send me this case. I paid over $200 to get it to my house, including, get this, I asked for a review product. They didn't give it to me. I asked if I can borrow a product and send it back to them after I'd done the review. They refused. They said, we can give you a discount, a 10% discount. I was like, hey, 10% is better than nothing. It's 10% off one thing, so 10% off this lens. They didn't give me a discount off the case. And that gets frustrating a little bit because it's not like I'm going to take this case, run off with it, and not do a single damn thing about it. I spend so much time with all these cases, and 10% off a lens, that is it's mind-blowing to me because I went and contacted all these customers. Z Stylus sent me their thing, no questions asked, sent me the full package. Bitplay literally threw everything they had for the Snap Pro at me. Hitcase went and sent me the case for free because they saw what I did and they're like, hey, yeah, no, we want to see what you think about it. But not Moment Lens, they made me pay full price and then gave me 10% off the lens. Now you might be thinking, why are you so angry? It's because I can't pay for food because I'm buying cases.